Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Olivia and this is my channel where I love to talk about all things nail polish. Today's video is one where I want to show you some of my favorite shimmer polishes. And to give you the context of where this is all fitting in, a little bit ago I was talking about the idea of me filming a video or a series of videos to give tips and strategies for how I personally try to find more joy in the polishes that I already own and finding different ways to do things with those polishes. And also some of you wanted to see a video on my favorite toppers, and I love toppers, so I realized that I have far too many toppers to put in a single video, and that's why I recently put out the first video for that, which is my favorite glitter toppers. And if you happen to miss that one, don't worry, I put a link into it. I put a link to it in the description of this video, so you can go and check that one out. And so I did the glitter toppers, and now I'm doing shimmer toppers. So earlier today, what had happened was I was sitting down at my nail desk and gathering together my favorite shimmer toppers, and I quickly realized I have a lot of them that I want to show because if you didn't watch the glitter toppers video, one of the things that I did was that I, in addition to showing each glitter topper over white and black, I also included an example of another polish that each glitter topper could work well with. And I think that with shimmer toppers, it's even more important to see the kind of versatility that they offer over various types of colors, because shimmers just, depending on what you put them on top of, they can help to bring that polish alive in so many different ways. And so what I want to do for my shimmer video is to show each shimmer topper over, again, not just white and black, but this time over two different colors. So that's okay. So y'all see kind of where I'm getting with this, right? And wanting to do justice to all of my shimmer toppers, but also to not make this video like 5 hours long, I've decided to split the shimmer topper video into multiple ones. So today's video, the one that you're watching now, is going to be the first one, which is going to cover my favorite shimmer toppers from Fancy Gloss. Then coming up soon, it probably won't be the next video that I film, but soon-ish I'll be filming my favorite Hollow Taco shimmer toppers. And then the third and final one for the shimmer toppers part will be my favorite shimmer toppers from other miscellaneous brands, and in that video I'll also include a demo of how I make my own shimmer toppers. Hopefully that all makes sense. Y'all know me, I try to have some kind of sense of order and structure here, so I just want to let you know what you're in for and what to expect. And so yeah, I'm just gonna say I love toppers, yes, but I really love shimmer toppers. And if you see me seeming extra hype throughout this video, that's why. I'm just warning y'all that I just really love these polishes, and I can't wait to show you all the potential that they have for bringing some other polishes alive. So let's go ahead and get into it. As we're getting started, I just realized that I was so excited about shimmers that I completely forgot to tell you just some of the basic information about Fancy Gloss that you should know. So they are an indie nail brand that's based in the US, and currently their shop is closed from December 15th to January 5th. But if you are new to shopping with them and you want to be notified when they reopen, I'll put a link to their website in the description so that you can go there, and towards the bottom of the page there's an email sign up box, and it'll let you know when the shop is reopened. In addition to that, they have a very active Facebook group, and this is where Jackie, the maker, whenever she's getting ready to open the shop again, will ask people which polishes they're most wanting to see return. So I'll also put a link to that in the description. Very great brand that I personally have had no issues with. Highly recommend. And so, okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So first, we're going to take a look at Fancy Gloss's Let It Glow Red Pink. And the way that I'm going to do this, as I mentioned, the intro is that for each shimmer polish, I'm going to have a swatch with the white and black so that we can see that. And then 2 other colors that I've put down here, and I'll explain the reasoning behind that. Now, for some of these shimmers, you might not see a big immediate like oh wow result in this lighting that I have here, but I promise that once I take this to some other lighting, you should see it there. So with this Let It Glow Red Pink, let's take a look at it over black and white. Oh, and also, I am just like so excited about shimmers. I'm forgetting everything, y'all. Just to tell you which polishes I'm using for the white and black. The white is Cracked Polish, Crinkled Linens, and the black is Holo Taco, One Coat Black. Okay, now let's get into this. If you're new to this channel, I promise I'm usually not this scatterbrained. Now I know in this lighting you'll probably see it, see these shimmers show up definitely over black and any other darker colors, but there is still that presence on the white side as well. So if we take a closer look at this, you can see just that really lovely shimmer that's there, like a red, I mean, like it says, red pink. Now, if I wanted to put this over some other colors, here's what I would recommend for this. One that is a really good choice to start with would be, well, a red. And this red that I've pulled out for testing is Cracked Polish Calabrian Pepper. The reason I chose this one is that it's one of the relatively cooler polishes, red polishes that I have in my collection. I actually am planning an entirely separate video that's going to talk about color theory and how you can use that to help you make nail polish choices. So be on the lookout for that soon. But for now, I will just say this red is one that is more on the cooler side, like it's a blue base red more than like an orange one. But let's say you've got a polish like this in your collection and you're thinking, you know what, I really like that red, but I wish I could do something to warm it up just a little bit. And so that's where using something like Let It Glow Red Pink can come in. So let me show you how that looks when you put it over Calabrian Pepper. And with shimmers, make sure to really evenly spread it out over the entire nail. I know sometimes it's easy to let it clump in one spot and not the other, but with these being shimmer toppers, you want to really get a good even distribution. So you see the difference here. Like you still get that same core red color, but the difference is that there's a little bit more warmth in here. I'm definitely seeing the pink that's coming through. And this is something that I really could say throughout this entire video, but y'all, shimmers over cream polishes, like that is one of my go-to combinations for times when I don't necessarily have a whole lot of time to do my nails, but I want to look like I did. You know, like it just elevates your manicure in that way. Okay, now let's try it over orange. And the orange polish that I'm using is Essie Tangerine Tease. So I wanted to show it over this one because this is a color that, well, it's orange. And so what happens when you put like a red pink shimmer topper over it is that, you know, compared to when you had the darker Calabrian pepper, the red. Here, I think you still, like, you get to keep more of that visibility of this being orange, but it's like you angle your nails and it just gives you this pink glow, and it does darken that color just a bit, but I would say not anywhere to the extent where you have to look at this and think, oh no, I don't want to use a shimmer topper over this cream polish because it's going to completely throw off the color underneath that I want. If anything, I would say this just adds that nice kind of pop to it. So let's take a look and see how this one is in different lighting. The next polish that we're going to take a look at is called Hypnotism. It is a purple shimmer topper. I mean, just look at that. And this is one I'm pretty sure I've shown or used a number of times on this channel in my Did I Nail It video series, where I try to dupe other polishes, and whenever there's a polish that has the need for some kind of purple glow, this is the one that I go to and see what I can do with it. So let's start by taking a look at it over white and black. Okay, this is just very nice and sparkly. It looks like some of the, so if you see streaking on the white side, that black streaking looks to be where it's picking up some of the I think some of the one coat black kind of smudged over there, so that is not coming from Hypnotism. But yeah, this right here is just very, very nice. I think if you compare this one to the Let It Glow red pink, this is the kind of case where if you're looking to put it over black, you still get like a darker end result, whereas Let It Glow red pink really did bump up the brightness here quite a bit. Now, to explain the two colors that I chose over here for showing how it looks on them, starting with a purple, this is Lurid Lacquer Indomitable. I chose this one because one of the most common ways that I use shimmer toppers is over a polish of that same color. So if it's the case where I am going to be wearing a purple nail polish, but I want it to be even more purple, that would be where I start with something like Indomitable, which I've put here in 3 coats, and then finish up with 1 coat of Hypnotism. So let me show you how that looks. Yeah, so this here I feel just takes that shimmer to the next level. It's when you're just like, you know what, I'm not feeling sparkly enough, so let me bump that up a bit. And I do this all the time. It's things I do when I really need like an extra confidence boost with my manicure. Just the simple addition of a shimmer topper like this can really help. Now, you might be surprised to see that the next color that I've got here for swatching this over is a green. And this one is from Cracked Polish, I'm Jaded, which is a Crelly that I've built up here in 3 coats. Now, with the green here, this is going to be an example of when you're starting with one color, and then you want to layer over a shimmer that's going to give the look that you wouldn't always expect. So like, it's going to be the opposite of what we had here with putting it over over purple. Purple over purple, you see that and you're just like, yeah, that's going to amplify the purple even more. But let me show you what happens when you put Hypnotism over green. Okay, so, oh, this is just so pretty. So what happens here is that you, again, I'm going to be repeating myself a bit throughout this video. I'm sorry, but I do just want to call out that in this case, similar to when we were looking at the orange over here, you do still see that base color that you started with. You can look at this and be like, yeah, that's cracked polishes, I'm jaded. But then the difference is that when you are moving your hands around and the angle of your nails changes and picks up the light in different ways, that's where the simple addition of a shimmer topper comes in. And part of why I wanted to film these, like my favorite videos, is that this is a strategy, honestly, that has been helping me to get so much more use out of my cream polishes that are in my collection. You know, the ones that may not be the most exciting to talk about, but that they deserve some love too. And I already have them in my collection, so I should use them. But I'm just always so happy when I wear a combination like this out somewhere and I get so many compliments on it, sometimes even more compliments than I would on some of my more like complex polishes that have a bunch of glitter and flakes and stuff like that. So yeah, this is Hypnotism. Next is Let It Glow Purple Pink. And since we just had Hypnotism that was, you know, purple, you might be looking at these two and wondering, well, what's the difference between Hypnotism and Let It Glow Purple Pink? So if I hold these side by side, you can hopefully see a bit of the difference in them. I know it's a little bit difficult to get the Hypnotism polish to like come up to the front of the glass because I've used so much of this, but you'll definitely see the difference when I put it on the swatches over here. So let's go ahead and start with putting this over our white and black. Being a little more cautious this time so I don't smudge again. Okay, there we go. All right. So this is where I want to say that even though I know you can't really see it over the white right here, and that mostly in this lighting, it's been showing up more on the black side of this swatch, realizing, so a few weeks ago was when I had the realization of like how putting a shimmer topper over white would actually be the thing that would help me to finally feel comfortable with wearing white nail polish, and not just like say crinkled linens on its own, but also things like a white Corelli polish that has glitter in it, or a white polish that's got flakes in it or something like that. What I've been doing a lot lately is wearing white polishes, and then to make it so that it has a more like colorful look that still shows the white base underneath, I just put a shimmer topper over it, and it just gives that extra bit of color that I'm more comfortable with, while still letting you see that, oh, okay, this has a white base. So which two colors have I pulled up to put this over? First up, we're bringing back Cracked Polish Calabrian Pepper. Now, when we did this earlier, this was over, we put Let It Glow Red Pink, which you can see here. And now I want to show you how it looks when we do Let It Glow Purple Pink. Yep. Purple pink. I wanted to make sure it was purple pink, not pink purple. It's a lot of P's. I'm trying, y'all. Okay, here we go. So as I'm swatching this, I'll say, as I was preparing for this video, I went through a few different options for this one, and because I wanted to make sure to show you all an example of what really can help this shimmer topper to pop over something. This, I would say, is like when you want it to still be clear that you are wearing like a blue base red polish, But if you also really like magenta and you want a little bit of that in there too, I was very surprised by how well these two went together, because I wouldn't normally think of putting like a purple pink shimmer topper over red, but I love how it turns out. And going over to the blue, this is 3 coats of Cracked Polishes Breakfast at Monique's, which is a Crelly that's in a lovely Tiffany blue color. So let me show you how this looks when we put Let It Glow Purple Pink over that. So same kind of thing as what I described with Calabrian Pepper over here, but this is where you still want to have your like base color be shown, but I just really love the very subtle pop of pink that you get here, that when it hits the light just right, you see it kind of bouncing off there. Now, if I were to compare Let It Glow Purple Pink to Hypnotism, if you can see in this lighting, at least for me, from what I'm seeing here, I would say that there's 2 main differences that I keep in mind. One is that Hypnotism seems to be more, it's like deeper, more saturated than Let It Glow Red Pink. I'm not saying that's a bad thing for Let It Glow oh goodness, not Let It Glow Red Pink, Let It Glow Purple Pink over here. This isn't a bad thing, because there will most likely be some times where you want a more subtle look. Like for instance, if you're already going to be wearing a more subtle color like Breakfast at Monique's, it might be the case that you want another little pop of color, but not to the extent of what you would get from Hypnotism over here. And then the second thing is that I would say Hypnotism's shimmer is more of a true purple. I've said it before in some other videos. This is more of a Prince purple. You know what? If Prince went on the Barney show and they were like, you love purple, I love purple, let's jam together or something like that. So, I do like having both of these in my collection for those different reasons. When I want something that's like, bam, true purple, I go with Hypnotism. But then when I want something that is a little bit more, in between purple and pink, that's when I go with this Let It Glow. And also, just to reiterate the difference that you see with the intensity of this, that I'll just mention here, if you're someone who's newer to wearing shimmer toppers, the intensity of a shimmer is something that you're going to want to keep in mind when you are buying shimmers and getting to know how to work with them. So it's one of those things that comes with just getting to know your polishes, so that if you are looking for a certain end result, you know which one to choose. So let's see how this one looks in some other lighting. Next is a green shimmer topper. This one is called Mystic Dust. I love green nail polish, and so I love it just as a general thing. Like I love the green nail polishes that I have in my collection, but then I also love using toppers to make other non-green polishes green, if that makes sense. And so that's what we've got here with Mystic Dust. So as always, let's start with our white and black. Also, sorry, before I get to that, I just have to call out, just look how shimmery this half of the swatch wheel is. And there's nothing wrong with these 3 here, they're doing their thing, but as I was setting these 3 up, I just kept getting so distracted by how shimmery all of these were. So hopefully this is helping to paint the picture that I'm trying to explain here in this video of why shimmer toppers just are amazing. And it's not just that they're amazing, but I think it's I will be the first one to say that not every shimmer topper is going to go well over every color. And so that's where you want to do some testing, some trial and error, and get a sense of what's going to work best over what. Because like when you choose these combinations, you want it to be something where people, or like where even just you look at your own nails and you're like, that looks really good. You don't want it to be the case that you're looking at your nails and you're like, that combination just ain't it. So here is the result of putting Mystic Dust over white and black. You can definitely see it start to pick up on the white side, but for sure with the green. I mean, this is like alien abduction, being drawn into the matrix, like green and black that we've got here. Now let's put it over some other colors. I'm bringing back crack polish. I'm jaded for the green over here, layer that in 3 coats. And what I want to show is when you start with a cream or acrylic, like I'm jaded, and like what can you do to give it a little bit more oomph? So in this case, we're putting a green shimmer topper over a green polish. Oh, that's just beautiful. Hey, this just makes me so happy when I look at that. It's really, really cool. I mean, it's very similar to what we did over here, where we put Hypnotism, a purple shimmer topper, over Indomitable, which is a purple polish. Like in this case, I think because Indomitable is a darker polish, we're getting a different type of end result than we are here, where with I'm Jaded, it's like you still see that like underlying dusty green, but you are getting just a really nice pop of shimmer on top of that. Now, if you're wondering, like, okay, we just did a really big jump from like calm, cool, like calm and just like mellow, I'm jaded, to now, bam, neon pink. This one that I have here, I'm gonna have to make sure to do some color correction on this video so that you all can see the true color of this. If it doesn't come through, I'll make sure to put like a photo in the top corner. It is Cert Colors Retail Therapy. This is pink. I mean, and the formula is just fantastic to work with. I got this in 2 coats here. And this, as I mentioned, as I was preparing for this video, I was doing a number of different tests and experiments to see which color combinations would come out the best, and not to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I expected would happen, but to also show you some of these combinations where I'm like, huh, I never would have thought to do that combination myself, but I'm kind of glad that I did, because now this makes me love that polish even more. So putting Mystic Dust over Retail Therapy. Okay, so I'll say, on its own, Retail Therapy, I mean, it's a bright neon pink creme polish. When you are outside in sunlight, it's just bam in your face, just very, very bright and vivid. And putting Mystic Dust on top of it doesn't take away from that, but instead it really makes it shine and sparkle even more. And what's interesting to me when I look at this is that I take a look at Mystic Dust over both black and I'm Jaded, and that to me appears to be like more green, whereas as I put it over this pink Retail Therapy, this looks, depending on the angle, it looks more yellow gold. I guess you could kind of make an argument that it's like yellow green, but you know, this is just one of the things that I think is really fascinating about combining colors together. Like, I never would have thought that, like, if I wanted to say, all right, I want to wear bright neon pink nail polish, but make it look like there's sunset or sunrise on my nails, I wouldn't have thought to go to like a green polish, like a green shimmer, but that's the end result. And I can't wait to show you all how this looks in some other lighting. we've got 2 more toppers left for this video. The next one is more of like a teal turquoise shimmer topper, and the one after this is going to be a blue shimmer topper. So the reason why I did these in this order is that I wanted to show you the green one first, Mystic Dust, and then the one after this will be blue, and then in the middle right now we've got the one that's like teal turquoise. So that is this one. It is called Aqua Goddess, and I just want to show you the difference in the bottle here so that you can see like that color distinction. Once we get to the blue one next, I'm gonna put all 3 of these together so that you can see them as well, but for now just know there is a difference between these 2, and you'll see that in just a moment when I put it over white and black. So let's go ahead and do that now. Also, while I'm doing this, I'll say I just realized part of why I feel a little bit mentally frazzled more than usual is that I'm taking a certification exam in the morning. It's and if you're wondering, Olivia, why aren't you studying right now? Why are you doing nail polish? It's because doing nail polish stuff relaxes me, and that's what I need as I go into these exams, where it's more like mental than anything. And so if I get myself worked up too much, and then you know, I feel like I've studied for this, I know my stuff, I've passed like 2 other certification exams within the past few weeks, so let's make it a 3rd. All right, so I think probably at this angle is going to be where you see the most difference between Aqua Goddess and Mystic Dust. Mystic Dust, sorry, me and my color comparisons, I was gonna be like, this is like the Jolly Green Giant in a good way, like it's that green, and this over here is very much aqua turquoise. So let's take a look over a couple of other colors, bringing back this light blue Crelly crack polish, Breakfast at Monique's. I've put it down here in 3 coats, and part of why you're seeing that I'm using some of the same colors over and over in this video, that's very intentional, because I want to be able to show you, like, you know, we did Breakfast at Monique's here, we're gonna do it here, and like what's the difference with how applying a different color shimmer topper, the difference that will make. Now with this one, if you're not seeing anything at first, it's because this is like, you know, light aqua blue shimmer over a very similar base color. So then you might be like, okay, but then what's the point of putting a shimmer topper over this? This is one of those cases where I would say, actually there's 2 reasons I can think of. One is if you are wanting to get just another little pop of color, you want to you don't want to necessarily have a lot of glitter, you don't want to throw in flakes, but you do want to have some kind of sparkle. That's exactly why putting something like this over a cream or Crelly can work. The other thing I'll say, and I think this is fresh on my mind because just before I sat down to film this video, I just painted my nails. I used all cream polishes. And I think one of the things I'm noticing about using cream polishes is that it can be hard to do your nails in a way and clean them up so that all of your like little mistakes along the way aren't visible. Like if you're putting on a glitter polish or a flake polish, you can kind of get away with some imperfections along the way because of the increased texture in those polishes that makes it so that you know you're not going to see every single brush stroke or something like that. What I'm getting at is I feel that if you might have the second reason that I'm recommending the use of shimmer polishes can be if you are feeling like you don't have yet full confidence in your ability to like cleanly paint with cream polishes, adding a shimmer on top of it, in addition to everything that I've already said about the benefit of extra sparkle, it can potentially help to kind of mask some of those little places here and there where maybe your polish isn't exactly level, or maybe there's something that wasn't as even as it could be. So now let's go on to yellow. This is, I don't think we've done any yellow yet in this video, so let's do that now. This one is from Color Club, called Fun in the Sun. Now, I would say with this polish, this is one where, y'all, I was on the hunt for a yellow cream polish that has an excellent formula that's not going to make me frustrated, because yellow cream polishes are notorious for having very difficult formulas to work with, for being very streaky, for not self-leveling, and I just was about to give up. But then I took a chance on this one, and this here is 3 coats. I will say the first 2 coats, you're kind of just like, but you trust the process, you put on the 3rd coat, and suddenly it's looking great. However, I personally don't often wear yellow nail polish, and I think part of it for me is that I feel like it stands out more on me. Like, obviously when you wear nail polish, your nails are going to have some color on it, but I feel like yellow really stands out and like makes a statement, when sometimes I'm wanting something to be more subtle, I guess. So let me show you what it looks like when I put Aqua Goddess over Fun in the Sun. Okay. And then hopefully this will kind of, I mean, do I even know what I'm trying to say here? Let's start with that first. Okay. So what I see happening here is that putting Aqua Goddess over Fun in the Sun has almost given it a more subtle look to it. Like, the word that comes to mind that I always want to use in these videos, but I refrain from using it because I know it means, people take this word to mean very different things. Filter is the word that comes to mind for me. Like, not filter in like, you know, a photo filter or anything, more like a screen filter. Like, you know, the difference between having your porch door completely open, and which is what we had over here before, versus when you've got like a filter screen in front of you and you can still see what's outside, but it's just you have this kind of layer that's in front of you that is changing the way that your eyes and your brain are, I guess, interpreting that color. What I'm getting at here is I really like this a lot. This is something where, you know, if you look at it from the side here and you see the angles, at least in this lighting, you're not always going to look at this and think, oh yeah, just like over here, I can see that has like a teal shimmer. I can look over here and see some kind of blue teal shimmer. Here, you kind of have to work for it. And again, I mean that in a really good way. I think that adding Aqua Goddess over Fun in the Sun has done something that makes it so that instead of just having the creme polish on its own, for times where you might want to do something a little bit more with that polish, but not necessarily to the extent of using glitter, flakes, etc., but just having a little bit of a different like vibe to it. Hopefully that makes sense. I know I'm being a little repetitive here, but can you tell that I love shimmer polishes? So let's pop this into some different lighting. The last topper that we've got for this video is Let It Glow Blue. You can see it has like a kind of pinkish look to the formula, but I think that's just something that has to do with this the blue pigment that's being used in this. You'll see when I put this over the swatches here, you don't really see that pink. It's like it's blue. So as promised, I want to do a side-by-side comparison of these. So we've got green Mystic Dust, the aqua teal one, which was Aqua Goddess, and now we've got Let It Glow blue. So if you see the color shift here, I think in the bottle, that helps to give you a sense of the differences between these. I know I'm, again, being a little repetitive here, but I think that it's very important to understand exactly what kind of color payoff you're getting and what kind of color you're looking for. So that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, because I think that especially when you've got the 3 different shimmer toppers like this that are kind of in that same family, there are, you know, differences in when you might want to use one over the other. So I just want to make that clear. So let's put it over white and black. You see what I mean? Like this is blue. And yeah, you don't really see pink. It's, there we go. Okay, all right, so that's Let It Glow blue. Now, if at this angle, I want you to see the difference between, I'm forgetting the names of these polishes, Mystic Dust. My brain is, yes. Okay, Mystic Dust, Aqua Goddess, and Let It Glow blue. I think this is exactly why I chose to do them in this order, so that you could clearly see green on one side, you could clearly see blue on the other side, and then you could see, like, what if you're going for more like an in-between teal kind of moment. That's where you get that from Aqua Goddess. So hopefully this comparison here is helpful for you all. Let's move on to putting this over some other colors, starting with a blue cream polish from Cracked called Grotto. I put this down in 2 coats. Now, we've done the lighter blue with Breakfast at Monique's here and here, but not a blue that's like this. So I want to show what you can get when you take a blue shimmer topper like this and do like the matchy kind of thing. Like if you really like blue and you want there to be even more blue. There you go. So yeah, it's like the same exact thing, just with a little bit more sparkle there. It's just, I think it helps to elevate that look a little bit more. Once again, nothing wrong with wearing a cream polish on its own, but perhaps you know what, this is a good example of something. Let's say you've got a cream polish that is in a color that you absolutely love and you want to wear it for a special occasion. But you also, with it being a special occasion, you want that polish to feel more special, but in a way that sort of adds something small, but still makes it a little bit more special and nice. Y'all understand what I'm saying. Like, if this blue were your favorite color, like the blue Grotto were your favorite color, but you're going to a wedding or something and you're wearing a blue dress and you're like, oh, what can I do to like make this pop more? Boom, you put Let It Glow blue over top of that, and then suddenly, like, you still have your underlying blue color, but you suddenly have nails that, like, I mean, I would be the first one to admit, whenever I'm in a place like a banquet hall that's got good lighting everywhere, I am all about finding the good lighting and putting my hand right under it and just being like, oh, you see the sparkle? Oh, I had no idea that my hand was in the lighting. And then my husband calls me out for that because he knows by now that I do that. So anyway, let's go on to our last one over here, which is going to be Orange Essie's Tangerine Tease. And this is one where, again, I'm planning an upcoming video on using color theory and in regards to making nail polish combinations. So I won't really get into that right now because that would be a whole other thing. But let's just say there's a reason why I'm bringing the blue and the orange together. spoiler alert, look up a color wheel if you want to get a preview of what I'm talking about here. But what's going on here is that this orange, you still see it, but the blue just adds something very nice and complementary to this. It's just an excellent color combination. And if I go back to where we started, why did I turn it around that way when I really could have just done this? Like, I really took the scenic route on that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So over here where we started is where we put Let It Glow red pink over tangerine teas, and now we've put Let It Glow blue over tangerine teas. This, I think, is a perfect example of how a shimmer topper can have a completely different effect on the same base color. So my overall recommendation here is to take out the shimmer toppers that you have in your collection and go through this kind of exercise where you pull out a swatch wheel or some swatch sticks, and you start by putting each shimmer topper over white and black to get that baseline of how that will look, and then just have some fun with picking the other colors that you choose to pair those toppers with. What I did here was that for each of these, the first color is one that was in alignment with whatever color the shimmer topper was, but then the other one after that, in some cases, it was just like, just go random, see what you get, have fun with it. And last thing I'll say before I wrap this part of the video up, I think this, of all the videos I've done so far, I've never gotten to the point where I only have 2 empty swatches left. So, woo! This is why, hopefully you can understand why I chose to split this, my favorite shimmers, into multiple videos. So that's a wrap on my favorite shimmer toppers from Fancy Gloss. I just, you know, as I was swatching these throughout the video, the way that I do it is that, like, as I am setting up for the next color, I also go back and put top coat over the ones that I just filmed. And it just was amazing to see how the shimmer started to come even more alive and become more vivid once top coat was added onto that. You know, I think that's often the case with some nail polish finishes. I know that, like, oh goodness, reflective glitter is notorious for just looking like some straight up sandpaper before you put some top coat on it. And then suddenly it's cute again. I know sometimes, depending on like flake polishes, like flaky bombs can end up looking a little bit dry before you put top coat on it too. So that would just, I'm saying this because knowing that it can be the case with shimmer toppers, make sure that you are putting on a nice glossy top coat. Or, you know what, try to do it matte. I've never done matte with a shimmer topper before, but hey, if you have, let me know how that goes. I would also love to hear from you all who are, if you already have some shimmer toppers from Fancy Gloss, let me know which ones are your favorite. Or if this is a brand that's new to you and you're looking to do some shopping with them when the shop reopens again, let me know which ones of these you might be most interested in adding to your wish list. So thank you all so much for watching. I am looking forward to filming the other shimmer topper favorites, and then we're gonna get to flaky favorites. I haven't even started looking to see how many of those I have, but we're gonna get there. Thank you all again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.